Blue Bloods has been reliably airing a new episode every Friday night since 2010. The last episode of the last season of the show that aired was actually planned out as a definitive end to the series, but it seems like no one, not the fans or the actors, are ready to leave it behind. Here's why the cast has stuck around on the show for this long, and some other news about the show. Let's dive in. More episodes. This is an underrated police drama that revolves around the Reagans, a closely knit family of nice guys who collectively run law enforcement in Gotham. TV veteran Tom Selleck plays the role of Police Commissioner Frank Reagan. His father is retired Commissioner Henry Reagan, and Frank's 3 kids are all somehow connected with law enforcement. Donnie is a detective, Jamie is a police officer, and Erin has a job in the district attorney's office. Let's take a peek behind the scenes of the long-running CBS drama. The cast of Blue Bloods is still involved in making even more episodes. The Reagans are back after a finale that could have been a great ending to the show. Bridget Moynahan, who plays Erin Reagan, explained what made them stick around. The series doesn't get too much media coverage or social media hype, but the numbers speak for themselves, and they're saying that Blue Bloods is one of the most watched shows on TV. In the 2015-16 season, it ranked at number 10 for broadcast shows with the highest number of viewers, and was also the 4th highest rated drama on television that year. It also brought life back to Friday night primetime with big viewership numbers not seen since the ABC's TGIF lineup. It's got an average of 13 million viewers per episode too. However, the show doesn't seem to do too well with a younger demographic, which is the one most appealed to by advertisers. It ranked number 59 in all shows and number 26 in drama. The average age of a Blue Bloods fan is actually 62. Older people just like it more. Family dinners. Arguably the most iconic constant of Blue Bloods, the family dinner. Almost every episode includes one, and it really adds to the idea of family that's a running theme throughout the series. But these elaborate dinners also take a very long time to shoot, sometimes as long as 5 hours. Capturing close-ups and covering up to 9 different characters will obviously not be short, as does setting the table and food on it again and again after each take, to keep continuity, of course. The actors tend to get a little on edge during the long shoots and deal with it in their own ways. Bridget Moynahan laughs a lot, while Donnie Wahlberg likes to nap on the couch in the living room set, which is right next to the dining room set. He also eats the dinner on set throughout. "It's dinner, right? I gotta eat," he said to Access Hollywood. Tom Selleck tries to actually eat the meat, but uses a spit bucket for the rest of the food. Selleck also uses one other hack to get through the shooting of the dinner scenes. When he's saying a dialogue or the camera is on him, he'll start buttering some bread. By doing this, he doesn't overeat, and continuity of the food props is kept intact. Where's the end? At the moment, it's up for debate if Blue Bloods will renew at the end of every season. The show has already had a pretty impressively long run. Kevin Wade revealed to Deadline that season 11's finale was fully meant to be the end of everything. We were told pretty early on, I think before Thanksgiving, that our season finale would be the last 2 episodes and would air back to back, which I immediately took as they're planning to wrap up the series. So I started to think about how do we do something that could serve as a season finale, but also, if need be, as a series finale, is what he said. Why hasn't the cast quit the show yet? Blue Bloods is still going strong. Fortunately for fans, Moynahan said there are no plans to put a stop to that anytime soon. It all has to do with the writing and new, more complicated storylines, she told Glamour. "We also have a team of actors who really appreciate the job and each other. We know how lucky we are to be on this show, and such a long-running show at that." She continued, telling how it's rare to find that. And when your co-stars are so grateful and dedicated to their roles, everyone wants to keep going. She told where everyone got their work ethic to continue the show. She said she thinks it comes from family. Obviously, after working together for over 10 years, their relationship with each other would be closer to that of a family than co-workers. Plus, they all know they've got a good thing going here and wouldn't want to jinx that. The return of Lyle. An old and friendly face is back on the show, and Donnie Wahlberg, most of all, is excited to have his friend Lyle Lovett back. As fans will remember, Lyle first came on the show back in 2020 as Texas Ranger Waylon Gates, who had to come to New York when the Lone Star Killer escaped and was running free. While Danny Reagan wasn't at first super big on the idea of Waylon, after they caught the killer together, they came to like each other. So much so that Waylon actually gave his hat to Danny. After that happened, fans went to Twitter expressing their hopes that Waylon becomes a regular on the drama. While he hasn't been back since then, the day fans were waiting for is finally here. Donnie went to Instagram to reveal the big news. "Glad to be be reunited with this guy on Blue Bloods. Read the caption of a photo of himself and Lyle during production. And when I actually do have a boat again, it's gonna go out on the ocean with all of us, and he's invited. You're the best, Donnie, Lyle commented on the post. Thank you for having me back. It's a privilege to work with you. Fans agreed, sharing their excitement about the news all over social media. Will Estes gives us an insight. As Jamie, the youngest brother of the family, Will Estes is constantly growing and learning, both behind and in front of the camera. One of his biggest heroes and roles is family head and New York City Police Commissioner Frank Reagan, who's played by Tom Selleck. Selleck is a huge part of the series, having gotten superstar status in the 1980s by starring on Magnum P.I. The experienced actor has also had iconic roles in Friends and on Three Men and a Baby, too. Meanwhile, Estes has previously starred in U-571 and series like Seventh Heaven and American Dreams, but Blue Bloods, which is in its 12th season, is probably his biggest role to date. As he does on the show, being a grown-up who often shows him the ropes and guides him in many ways, Selleck is always teaching Estes new things on the Blue Bloods set, as revealed to us by Estes not too long ago in an exclusive interview with Looper. There's more to Selleck than just remembering and perfectly delivering his lines episode after episode, and bringing a protective heart to the series. Safe to say, the show definitely wouldn't be where it is if it weren't for him. Tom Selleck knows his character. On Blue Bloods, Commissioner Reagan is thoughtful, accurate, stoic, and the emotional rock of the show, which becomes even more obvious during the weekly Reagan family dinners that the show revolves around. It's a personality that's not at all unlike the actor behind the character. It's funny, Tom isn't that different from the commissioner, says Estes. He is really so professional. He's so studied. He knows his character inside and out. You come on set, and you know you're working with somebody who's very well studied and very professional and executes time and time again, every scene. You need to be on your toes when you work with him, which makes it a lot of fun. No more real silverware at the dinner table scenes. In the early days, when the show was still new, it sounded like the Blue Bloods team really tried to make the dinner scenes as realistic as possible, meaning the whole thing, including real plates and glasses, and of course, cutlery. However, now that Blue Bloods has been running for over a decade, the show has found out a better way of ensuring filming goes nice and easy. They chucked the real silverware. All the noise from the cutlery was really getting picked up by the studio mic, so they had to get rid of it. Tom Selleck joked that after the switch was made, he once broke a knife while trying to cut chicken. Shooting those scenes really isn't a cakewalk. Alright, that's it for today. Leave a comment down below and let us know your thoughts. Will you be tuning in for the new season of Blue Bloods? Before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Until next time, bye!